Hey guys, and guess what? I actually passed my math class. So last week we had an EQ-AO test. And for those of you guys who don't know, an EQ-AO test is the final test before the year ends in Canada. And guys, honestly, I'm surprised that I did well. Because honestly, I was failing in a lot of my classes. But the EQ-AO test is a big thing. So if you do well on that test, then you're pretty much good for the rest of the year, I think. I don't really know, but all that I know is that it's a big test, and if you do well on it, then you're pretty much good. And well, apparently I did well. I mean, when I first got started with the test, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the test, and whatever score I get, I get. So I did the test, and I genuinely tried on the test, and then after I was, and today, I got the test results back, and apparently, I did well enough to pass. You need a 50% to pass, and well, I got 57, so I passed. If you guys have seen my previous videos about school and stuff, then you'll know I was just feeling negative about how I was doing in school currently at that time, because I was just failing on my tests, and I was failing, and it seemed like my life was falling apart. But I actually did well on the test. And like I said in my other videos talking about school, I was completely negative. I honestly thought that I was gonna fail, but today when I learned I passed, man, I'm happy. Guys, you don't understand. I genuinely thought that I was gonna fail, and that I was gonna be homeless or something like that. Which, like I said multiple times, it's the sad reality of our world. It's that if you don't work hard, if you don't work your ass off, if you don't do well in school, then you're gonna be homeless, and people are gonna look down on you and stuff like that. And of course I disagree with I disagree with how the world is with education and stuff like that, and I disagree with the society's rules, I guess you can say. Of course I disagree with all of that, but I am happy that I passed. I mean, of course I disagree with society's opinions about education and stuff like that. And now remember guys, it's just math class. And now as for science, I think I passed science. I mean, I think we're pretty much done with science, because we had a test last week and stuff like that. So I think I passed science. I'm not really sure. With English, yeah, with English, we're not done with that yet. So we still have to do English. So yeah, I know that we still have English to do, and green industries, yeah, we still have to do that. But honestly, I'm not too worried about green industries, because so far it looks like I'm doing pretty well there. The main thing is English. So yeah, English I'm kind of struggling with, but I guess we'll see what happens in English. But honestly, the main thing I was worrying about was math, because math still is my worst subject. Even though I passed math, math is still my worst subject. Math is still my worst subject. So yes, everybody put down in the comments, congratulations, fun time. Because I fucking passed, bitch. I honestly don't know how I did that, because math is my worst subject, but hey, I passed the EQ-AO test, so that's good. So, now on to the stuff that you guys really care about. I am now gonna give a couple updates to videos and stuff. Tomorrow there's gonna be a new video, so you guys can look forward to tomorrow, because tomorrow there will be a new video. And now, fun fact, tomorrow's video was actually supposed to be released today. But the reason why tomorrow's video is not released today is because, after I learned about, how I did well on the test today, after I learned that I passed, I wanted to tell you guys, I wanted to tell you guys that, I passed math class and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why that video had to be postponed to tomorrow. And on Saturday, there's gonna be a new skit for you guys to watch. So yeah, there's gonna be videos coming up for you guys. So y'all look forward to that. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Peace out.